All right. Well, first off, I'd like to thank you for doing this interview with the Hype Magazine tonight.
Man, I appreciate your time and the opportunity. I'm grateful.
And for people who may not know who you are, can you tell them who you are and where you're from?
Well, I'm a Kansas boy. I am Dr. Jerry Doby, editor-in-chief of the Hype Magazine. I
Yeah.
am managing member of Doby LLC. I am a published and peer-reviewed scientific researcher in the area of SEO optimization for digital journalism. And I'm a winner of the President's Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely get into all that, man. I'm super excited for this interview, man. You're my family. Shout out to you and Just Jay. You guys opened your arms and the doors for me to come on board with the team, and it's been a great experience ever since. So I'm honored to get to have this conversation with you. But I want to introduce people a little bit to you, so if they haven't, that are not familiar with you. So we're gonna go a little bit in the archive. So what made you want to become a journalist in the first place and pursue this as your career?
Oh wow! Well, it was I was in between missions in Afghanistan in 2010. Um, there was a situation, a negotiation, whatever, that took out the Armed Forces radio um, system, so we didn't get any broadcasts or anything like that. And then they also turned off our cell phone towers.
Wow.
At 7 p.m. local time, um, so that the Taliban could have free reign of the airwaves. So we either had to have satellite phones or internet. Um, and long story, I bought a satellite dish off of eBay.
Okay.
Some other unit had internet. And so I went there, got on eBay, bought a satellite dish from eBay. DHL, shout out to DHL. They are the bravest delivery drivers ever.
Yeah.
You see this yellow van with the red stripe coming up in Afghanistan, like it's delivering my satellite dish to our fob. It was funny as hell. And then so basically there was no way to communicate. Once we got our internet set up, it was a long convoluted process, cost me a whole bottle of Jack Daniels.
Okay.
And I ran across the Yahoo Contributor Network, and it was a citizen journalism thing. And I said, well, in between missions, I'd be out for a month,
wow,
maybe two, and then you're back on the base for your downtime and whatever, reset for a month. And I've always been in love with words.
Okay.
I saw the opportunities.
Yeah.
I applied, and I got a shout out Edna Sims from ESPR, because at 3:00 a.m. my time, we're 10 and a half hours ahead of the United States. She was helping me edit my test assignment for Yahoo. And when I submitted it and got accepted, I started writing there from Afghanistan in between missions, just doing music and entertainment articles and things like that. And then I picked up the examiner.com, same situation, went through the Examiner University and the Yahoo University. And I was retiring from the military.
Yep.
I did a piece on Big G for Yahoo. And he says, hey, man, I want to introduce you to my sister, Jamila.
Yeah.
From the Hype Magazine. She owns the Hype Magazine. I know you know the Hype Magazine. Like, bro, I'm still in uniform and boots. I don't know too much about what's going on in the media industry like that outside of what I'm doing for my own therapy. And so he introduced me to now Dr. Jamila Wilkerson. Introduced, and we had a great 2-hour conversation. Then she wouldn't talk to me again for almost a month. So finally I called, and I left her a voicemail. I'm like, can I cuss?
Yeah, you could.
I left her a voicemail. I'm like, look, motherfucker, you're going to talk to me.
Yeah.
I want this opportunity. I don't need your money.
Yep.
I need the opportunity, because I'm retiring from the military. I got to transition into something, or, I'm at great risk of becoming a statistic, because, it was bad. So she saved my life.
That's amazing.
Eventually, in response, she was like, oh, I got to talk to this asshole because he's not going to leave me alone. And then, like literally saved me, talked me through really bad moments. And I've been with the Hype magazine for 12 years. I'll never go anywhere. We don't always agree. But as a team, we're unbeatable.
Yeah, facts.
And so I really appreciate and am grateful for the opportunity to be in this position, to help it grow and move forward and learn from her and learn from the situation. Actually, my first research paper was a methodology paper that was based on my first 11 years as editor-in-chief of the Hype magazine. The data, everything came out. It got published in the Cognition Scientific Journal under methodologies on how to SEO optimize digital platform. And then here in July, that paper was cited in a peer-reviewed scientific paper in China.
Yeah, I saw that in China. You're worldwide with it now.
Yeah, so the Hype magazine and I are worldwide because it's based on the original paper was based on the data and the methodologies that I helped develop. Well, actually, I developed, to use with some basic introductions to things by Dr. Wilkerson, like, how to do a Boolean search. Yeah. That was like my first thing. And actually, I was a student at Full Sail University early on doing music business. And I'm like getting into all these search shit. And so this is years ago, right? I called Jay. I'm like, look, She says, okay, a Boolean search is this plus a separator and a keyword. You know what I mean? So that was the beginning of my education in the SEO, the search engine optimization or search world, period. And so everything that I wrote in the paper was, and I put it in the abstract in the introduction, is based on my 11 years with the Hype magazine. Yahoo, I didn't understand the digital space, even though Yahoo had its own university. I graduated. Examiner also had its own university, Writers University, and it was based on the AP Down style. I graduated from there, but the application theory and application are two different things. And the one shortcoming of those is that I didn't have the mentorship.
Okay.
To understand what turned out to be significant freaking components, of creating and establishing a digital footprint. So, I'm real proud of the work that we've done. And I actually had to submit that paper 5 times before it was approved by the editorial board. So
how did you deal with that? How do you deal with someone who is as successful as you are, who's had all these major accomplishments, but still when you're submitting it to get that next opportunity, they gave you some pushback a little bit. How do you stay positive in those moments and deal with that?
I'm 61 years old, bro. Yeah. I'm here on borrowed time. Yeah. Afghanistan put me in the hospital for almost 3 years. You know what I mean? And I still go through therapy. So every opportunity I get to distract myself by learning something new is an exciting fucking thing for me, bro. And I appreciate every extra second. You know what I mean? So positivity is now Jamila will call bullshit.
Yeah.
Because my nickname is Grumpy Grampy within the circle.
Okay, yeah.
Because I growl at just about everybody and everything. I don't mean no harm.
You just want greatness for us. And
because we are great. And everybody has to acknowledge that they're great. And we just dial it in, including myself. I have, dissociative disorder. So I don't even know when I'm hurting people's feelings. And it's not on purpose.
Yeah.
But I'm just, bro. Yeah. I saw the light and I'm still here.
Yeah.
So I don't give a fuck about feelings or any of that, bro. Like,
When you're in the military, I want to go back a little bit. When you're in military and you decided to become a journalist, like you said, you went to the training. Did you get any pushback from the military? Did they say you could do it, or did you just do it
Yeah,
on your own
and
and not care what they were saying?
ask forgiveness, not permission.
Yeah, facts.
And I'm in my downtime, I'm in my hooch. I paid for a satellite dish that an entire unit got to use. Cost me a bottle of Jack Daniels, which was illegal. I could have gone to jail for even having it.
Facts. They don't allow that over there.
And I bribed a technician to come and triangulate the damn dish and get us tapped in with the satellite so we could have internet. Yeah, I'm not ask what, bro. Like,
well, I want to highlight that for you because I'm looking at this whole conversation we're going to have is going to be a lot of game for up and coming people that want to be in your position or accomplish just a little bit of what you've done. And you showed right there, like you went in and you did it without any permission. You didn't ask for favors. You just went in and did the work, and you kept doing the work over and over again to where it led you to meet Big Jig. So how did you meet Big Jig in the first place? And did you know he was as connected and as successful as an artist that he was when you guys met?
It's crazy. I started my Twitter account in Afghanistan, right?
Okay.
I didn't know what the fuck Twitter was or any of that shit, right? But I had already started doing articles on Yahoo, and they were music related. I'm from the West Coast, kind of. I was born in Kansas, but West Coast is home.
Okay.
And I mean, down to the point where I got Lonzo Williams from the World Class Wrecking Crew is in my wedding.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Greg Mac Attack Mac from 1580 K-Day fame, groomsman in my wedding.
Yeah.
Paris Escovedo, the son of Coke Escovedo from Santana, groomsman in my wedding. I'm the best man in Lonzo's wedding. West Coast. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I'm long-winded.
No, you're good. This is all you. So let's get that. You're from the West Coast, guy. I gotta ask you, what's your thought right now with K-Dot? Like, are you excited for what he's done back for the West Coast? And what's your thoughts on the project?
Come on, man. Come on, bro. Yeah. Shut them down, shop. Just shut them down. You feel me? Like, go ahead, do your thing, young lion. I'm boy. Yeah. Between him and Pookie effing Rude, the West Coast has got that vicious bulldog thing going on, and the party, party rocker, still serious, but getting in that party zone, that good time, that good feel. But what Dot, bro, that's not even right.
Nope. And it's just the mixtape. That's what's scary for the whole industry is he's just going to consistently drop a song every month. And just as soon as you think it's safe to come back outside, he's got another project waiting on him. So they don't know what to do right now.
Just don't fucking do it.
Yep.
Let him get everything he needs to get off his chest.
Yeah.
Off his chest.
Yeah.
Everybody else, please stay out the way. Let this brother, oh my God.
Yeah. It's so amazing because I've been following K-Dot since Section 80, and I've been telling people for a while he was the future. And I'm like, nah, he's too lyrical. And I'm like, but listen to like Keisha's song, listen to Overdose. Like he's had those type of songs. And then this new project, people are excited because he came in and he took over. And I want to highlight that because that's what the Hype magazine has done. Like I knew Jay a long time ago as well. And you guys and we have always been a person that set the ground level. We changed the game so many times. So you were there for 11 years. When did you come into the fold? Were you guys already in the stores, or did you were you a part of that at that beginning stage? Or I want to set the timeline for us.
Okay. I'm at 12 years now, working on 13. At the time that I wrote the paper, it was 11.
Yeah.
August of 2012. Yeah. I was stationed at I was in the Warrior Transition Battalion at Fort Riley in Kansas. Okay. And that's where I finished out, and they retired me from there. So August 2012. And actually, Hype was on hiatus and had been on hiatus for 2 years.
Yep, facts.
So when I came, she literally lit the Hype lamp again because I fucking demanded it. Like, I want to be the editor of a nationally impactful magazine. Now I could take my portfolio over here to Forbes.
Yeah.
And they had just started their entertainment section during that time. They were getting serious about it. Or you could get all of this, you feel me?
Yeah.
For free. Just let me do my thing.
Yep, facts.
And let me learn and grow. And you guide me on different aspects. She's the world's best marketer, obviously, because the Hype started in 2002, just to give a timeline, as a one-page community newsletter in Muncie, Indiana. This child was going door to door,
yep,
putting hangers on just for what's going on in the area. So it became a very important benchmark moment in the history of the Midwest media, because a lot of outlets
they weren't there.
Yeah. They weren't there. They tried to, but she'd already established. And so when I came in 2012, I guess she had shut down kind of in 2010. And then people were so jealous of her. An earlier iteration of all her hard drives and stuff got stolen. She got robbed or whatever. So, first of all, I'm not the higher power saved me on a day, almost a year to the, 2 years to the day, to get me into the position to be on Hype. Wow. So it was an August day in Afghanistan. 2 years later, it's an August day in the United States. You know what I mean? Like benchmark moments. So just to give that reference. So, this child, and I call her child because I'm 61. She's 40. She is a full-grown woman.
Yeah, facts.
Whom I respect and love. You know what I mean? 100%.
I love how you said that. So it was kind of God's plan. So he saved you in Afghanistan. So 2 years later, you could help revive the Hype magazine, which now in 2024, thanks to all the things with T-Rex, me, the whole family is doing, we're now re-energizing and coming the number one outlet again. Like we're already who we are, but now we're all putting our foot on their neck kind of with all the interviews, all the access we're showing. So I know it's got to be feeling good for you and Jay to see how far you guys are now this far into it and see that the energy and the love for what you've created is still there.
I'm super excited actually, because I recall, when people weren't returning emails, they wouldn't return phone calls. We weren't accepted within the spectrum. You know what I mean? Right. And to build on that and to be a part of building on that as the head of the editorial situation, you know what I mean? And delivering stellar feature pieces and interviews and editorial interesting pieces. And then, staying true to, the Hype motto of being the ear to the streets.
Yep. The voice
covering everything news from hip hop to Hollywood. My first year, Jamila says, okay, this is what you want to do. Show me. And so 2013, I think, we did a holiday series, Issues of Giving. So every other day we dropped a brand new cover, fully designed with fresh content through the new year. And, that series included T.Y. Dolla $ign before he went totally major, Snow the Product, Tito Lopez, who's now disappeared, you know what I mean? And a couple of Grammy winners now. You feel me? Yeah. So we did those. I mean, this was 18-hour days, bro.
Yep,
like every single day.
She don't sleep. Yeah.
She don't sleep. And she blew out like 2 servers. They kicked us off of servers, bro.
Yeah, it's too much.
I'm not fucking playing, bro. Like they kicked us off of servers. She moved so fast. And you being on a shared server, they allot you so much traffic. We were overriding, we were shutting down everybody else's shit. And it's like, no, bye, get off. I'm like, whoa. So working with her is amazing. So we did this. I don't recall exactly how many we did in that series. I think we did 12. But like I said, between me, Jamila, her wife Deja Marie, who's at the time the fashion editor, who was going behind me and catching my early mistakes, punctuation, and saying, hey, did you know that we don't have to use 2 spaces now after a period? Some shit that I didn't know, got educated by Deja Marie. So it was a team effort, to build this. I know how to write.
Yeah.
I didn't know all the nuances of the business.
Yeah.
And I certainly was an asshole, super asshole when I came back, because I was still
military minded. Yeah.
Bro, I was literally fighting one day.
Yeah.
And people saying, oh, the war is over for you.
Yeah. Out of nowhere. Yeah.
Out of nowhere. And I'm looking at people who never served, trying to, look, they went through hell with me.
Yeah.
They went through hell with me and stuck by me. So the Hype magazine infrastructure, Jamila, Deja, and myself, bro, this is a real family thing to me. And to have you, I actually met you at in Indiana at the event. She says, oh, this is Matt. He owns Stop Beefing Radio.
Yeah.
And he's family. I'm like, okay. And then, we introduced. It took some years to, really have a real solid reason to have a conversation, but you had a great idea with the talk series and, bringing that into the fold.
I got to give credit to Jay, though, really, because shout out to Clubhouse. Kim Folk I was on Clubhouse with Kim Folk, and he said, yo, I'll do an interview with you. And I was like, well, crap, let's do an interview. And I'm like, I could do it on Stop Beefing Radio, but this Kim Folk Kia Shine. And, Mad Dog has just brought me and Jay back together. I was like, hey, Jay, what do you think about doing an Instagram Live? And just like you said, she came up with the concept, SBR Talk Series. She came up with the first flyer. And I never want to overextend the welcome so much. So I didn't want to put a lot of work on your guys' plate. So we just went to work and started doing those interviews. But I remember the feedback you would give me, that helped my confidence, because I've been doing interviews for a very long time, but I've been behind Stop Beefing Radio. So come out with the Hype magazine behind me, it made people look a whole lot differently. And I really appreciate the feedback you gave me early on, because it gave me the confidence to keep moving on.
Yeah, I like the way that you do prep, because you can tell that you prepared. But sometimes we try to do the Walter Cronkite thing, and I was like that. My first major interview for the Hype magazine was Chuck D.
Ooh, wow.
And
so are you in person? You're on phone?
We're on the phone. Actually, they were doing Brooklyn Day. He was driving down from the Hamptons doing Brooklyn Day. And so we did a phone conversation through freeconferencecall.com.
Yeah.
All right. That started out. And we talked for over like 2 hours, bro. It was crazy. And then he was in the mountains and he got disconnected. Do you know the big homie Chuck D called right back into that line, bro? He says, like, we can talk all the way until I get to Brooklyn, bro. And we did, basically, until he pulled in to Brooklyn Day Festival or whatever to go perform. Bro, he gave me that kind of time. And I got to shout out Tim, who is the program director over at Chuck D's radio stations. And he put the conversation together. And so that was my intro, my first major. And then right behind that, Nick Cannon and fucking oh my God. It just kept going on.
Did Jay set these up for you, or were these ones that you went and pounded the pavement and got the relationships yourself?
No, bro. This was early on. Like, Jay knows everybody, they cat, uncle, and dog. Right. And so when we got invited by the gentleman that was the first publisher of Black Men Magazine, Black Women's Magazine, and I want to say his name, and it's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't. Anyway, but got a tweet. Hey, would you guys like to go to print? Jay hit me. She says like, what do you think? I said, no brainer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we made our way to New York, to Jersey, actually. We made our way to Jersey. Blassingame, John Blassingame is the guy. New Day Associates is the company. He was our consultant and actually brought us into the fold, to the print fold. So we made our way to his annual event. Bro, this is some trippy shit, bro. Like, we made our way down there. Jay and Deja drove to me. Then we drove from Kansas to New York in my sister's Denali, right? On the side, don't fucking park in Manhattan, bro.
Nope.
we had a lunch date with someone from Warner Records. She took us to a restaurant. Boom, boom, boom. She paid that, but I paid that damn garage $271.
Yeah, just the part
for lunch, bro.
Yeah, I did it.
Oh hell no, hell no. So if I go back, I'm gonna learn the photo. So anyway, we drove out, New Day Associates event. I'm excited. I'm energized. We drove. It's not like we didn't just drive fucking 18 hours, right? And we're in road clothes and Jay's in gray sweats and a t-shirt. When we come in with all our gear, I recognize him from his picture. I'm an investigative motherfucker. I'm going to know. I hit the button, the door opened for the elevator, and there's this guy. I say, Mr. Blassingame, nice to meet you. I'm Jerry from the Hype magazine. We just popped in. He just looked at us like we were shit.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We're in road clothes.
Yep.
Jay's rubbing her belly and shit. And it was like she says, why did you? I don't care. I wanted to meet us as we are.
Yeah.
And I recognized them. Don't meet us in the fucking suit. Because we're real people.
Yep.
We're the people that you want to go fishing with. You want at the cookout. You don't want to fuck with Jay on the space
table. Yeah.
Because he gonna whoop that ass. Ask Nick Cannon about that shit. You know what I mean? And me personally, I'm all the way to Houston or Vegas to get my ass whooped at the space table. That's some bullshit. I was upset. You heard me?
Imagine.
I was hot. I ain't never been whooped like that. Not since high school at the lunch table. You feel me? That rise and fly shit. She devastated us. And shout out to my guy E, but bro, you ain't never gonna sit across from me again, ever. But love you. So it was really cool. That happened. He made the announcement that he was talking to Blassingame made the announcement there at the event that he introduced us, and because we was fly as motherfucker then by the
time you came to the nine. Yeah.
He says, you got a suit? At least? Of course I got a suit, bro. Okay, watch this. All right. Yeah. So didn't wear a tuxedo, but had a black suit. We were industry blacked out, right? And he decided to take a picture on the backdrop. Then he announced that he was offering to take us to print in the November of that year. And the next morning, we were summoned to the penthouse.
There you go.
At the fucking Marriott International, had to meet us at the lobby of that floor and then escort us up. Yeah. I'm like, oh, we in trouble. We had given them sample, magazines, and he brought his whole editorial team and the PR team, and they were tearing that magazine apart.
Yeah.
And everybody agreed this is ready to go as is to the newsstands, and we were kicking ass. And these were the digital copies. You feel me?
Yeah.
So they were printed off the digital files, but whatever, they were really high quality. We always, got Jay selected the highest quality paper, and I didn't know anything about that. So they looked at it. We could go with this right now to the shelves. And Jay hit me with the knee, you know what I mean? And that decision was made. I think we made the November deadline. And the first cover was K. Michelle with Nick Cannon in the inset.
Yeah.
And
do you remember where you were the first time you seen it in the store, though? Like, that's where you found out they were going to print it. But where were you when you seen it in the store the first time?
I was in a grocery store.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, motherfucker. That's us. You know what I mean? On the shelf. So then I went to the Barnes and Nobles, and the pricing and positioning in the grocery store is one thing that was beautiful. Like, oh, and then I went to the Barnes and Nobles. It was on the west side of Topeka, Kansas, the big giant Barnes and Nobles. And so I'm like, okay, let me go over to the music magazine, entertainment magazine, bro. We're right there next to Sports Illustrated and fucking Rolling Stone magazine, and the other ones were on lower. So we're at eye level pricing and positioning, bro. This is some shit that you would fight for in the music business when we were doing, retail sales on CD. You're trying to get that eye level positioning in the retailer. We're right there. I'm like, I think I have the pictures. I think I sent them to Jay, but yeah, like Sports Illustrated, Men's Health, Rolling Stone, Hype Magazine, eye level.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you fucking I was really excited.
How long did you guys go to print for? And what was your reaction when Jay said no more print, we're going digital?
Well, I didn't have any problem. We did a full year run.
Yeah.
And we overcame a lot of challenges. We had no sponsors, no paid ads.
Facts.
Everything came out of Jamila and my pocket. So, I was in college, so I'm having living expense checks, right? I'm splitting them bitches down the middle. This is going to Hype. This is going to my house. We're going to print. And then Jay would bring in the other half. So for the year, we did that, believed in it that much and knew that having a tangible product in the stores would raise our stock.
Yeah.
And Hype stands for how you perceive everything. People say, oh, you're in the stores, you must be important.
Yep.
I can get these copies and I can order copies. You have to be you're important. But as you mind map out the flow, to become an amalgam of print and digital.
Yep.
That a quarterly magazine has to be a forecast magazine.
Yep.
Which creates a little more headache. And then I don't know if anybody remembers Time Magazine. We were distributed by the same distributor as Time Magazine. And Time Magazine overnight pulled from that distributor. In 24 hours, that distributor was out of business. Jamila had to pull together another distributor within 30 days because we'd already fucking
committed.
We were already committed. Boom, 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 boom. And she pulled a distributor out her ass that, we were able to get in the stores in time. And then, a hater magazine and a betrayal from inside, gave us a phone call because we had a Black woman on the cover of our magazine, and this other outlet thought that they were going to intimidate us and say we're competing with them. I'm like, motherfucker, do you know I'm the kind of motherfucker that will get on a plane and come see
Come see you. Jay too. Jay too.
Yeah. I'm not coming for conversation because by the time I get there, first of all, I don't like to fly. I'm someone to be really pissed off. And next that you had the audacity to even confront me in that manner.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't always a writer, bitch. Come, feel me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, FIFA.
And are you good?
But so, we did a 4-year run, quarterly, highly successful.
Yeah.
And then we reintroduced because Jamila we've been doing digital before we went to print.
Yep.
So, the first iteration was under Get Hype Online, right? That was the email address. It was still the Hype magazine, but we didn't have the custom domain. And then, so we did that and started going back, and we made fucking digital covers cool.
Yeah, facts.
Everybody, oh, we don't want digital. We don't want digital. Then, in our Atlanta pop out, we had done K Camp, and Jaron Benton or something like that. Anyway, no, Bobby V. We had done Bobby V, and the inset was K Camp, and we did a launch party. Put on shout out to Skyway Productions, Miss Vita. You know what I mean? We had a packed fucking house. We sold out Atlanta.
Yeah, facts.
First time ever in the city.
Yeah.
Behind that digital cover, we made digital covers cool. And then
I think the Hype magazine was the first magazine to go digital while everybody else was holding on to the old business model. Jay seen the foresight to make that change. And then how does it feel to know, because you guys went digital the way you did and you started getting credit for going paperless and saving the environment, you get recognized by the president of the United States for Lifetime Achievement Awards? Like, we talked about what you guys went through, but now let's say, how's it feel to know you guys been recognized at the highest level for all your efforts?
I have a lot of medals and ribbons, but that is the pentultimate, is to get, an award from the White House, whoever's sitting as president, but specifically because I like this guy, Biden. You know what I mean? It was it's an amazing honor. I'm really grateful. You know what I mean? But it wouldn't have happened if I wasn't in the mix here at Hype Magazine, because we do make a difference. We help people feed their families by providing valuable, impactful media coverage through our different channels. You guys, you're doing a great job on the Monday, doing the Instagram Live and the Wednesdays. You know what I mean? And then T-Rex is coming in there with DJ Dance Party so we have a full spectrum, of platforms and opportunities, and each one of you bring a personality. T-Rex is on TMZ commenting all the damn time.
Yeah, facts.
You're a brainiac behind the scenes. People don't know. Maybe you don't tell them, and I shouldn't bust you out, but just don't do it.
Nah.
Okay, I will. He's a brainiac. Let's say this.
My job will get mad. Let's just say that.
Okay. I would say he's a math whiz. If you ever took statistics in school, the difficulties of that.
Now, speaking of being a genius and being the GOAT at what you are, you're a GOAT at SEO. So let's highlight for people who's not familiar with what SEO is. What is SEO, and how did you become so knowledgeable and recognized at it?
I like the way you moved that on. That was pretty good transition. You're slick. You learn, bro. I'm sorry to put you on the spot. I should have took the head nod, the head shake, like, don't even go there. Okay. So SEO, the question was, how did I become good at it?
Yeah. How did you learn SEO? How did you kind of get the skills that you have now where you're a guru at it?
Well, once we started to focus on the digital first, we had to figure out a way to increase our digital footprint, compete with a imposter platform out of South Africa that was taking our our Google Knowledge page. They were just, doing black hat stuff. So as we moved into the realm the platforms that we use now, we added a SEO platform that helps you recognize when you've hit all the benchmarks that make you. And so they have their own classes. So I took every class on that. And then I became I joined the Google developer community, was invited there, and the Google News Initiative and the Google Innovators, and took that knowledge and asked questions and sat through all these classes. And I brought back a fucking step-by-step analysis of how to input this data and the changes. But Jay had already found the plugin. And we're not going to share the plugin. We're not going to say it but it has
intellectual property.
Intellectual property. So we have now a way to checklist ourselves and ensure that each step is followed in order to handle SEO optimization. So SEO means search engine optimization. It is how you place in the rankings and search rankings of Bing, Yahoo, Google, et cetera, et cetera. So we use a system that double checks every minute detail of SEO and readability, so that we get the most powerful presentation of a story. So not only do you have to have skill technically on our platform, you have to you have to feel it in your heart, so that you can translate that into the black and white and tell the story while at the same time respecting the algorithm.
So the SEO is kind of like when people always talk about how do you break the algorithm, it's the SEO. If you get perfect scores on the SEO, that means you've met everything the algorithm's going to like. And now when you post it, you don't have to spend all your marketing advertising dollars because you did what it wanted in kind of.
Well, it certainly helps when you understand. I mean, there's some minutia that you have to understand and utilize. It's certainly, but the basics are there. And you could find it in my book on fucking Amazon.
I was gonna say you're a published author for this material. You're really good on social media right now of giving little tips. I've seen one is 3 tips to captivating your audience. Like how does it feel to be giving back all this game to the up and coming people? Like you said, you're 61, the hype's been around all these years, and now there's a newfound energy because everybody who's on social media is really a journalist if you know what you're doing. So how does it feel to be like kind of the GOAT or the coach mentor for them now to help them get to those next steps?
My goal before I check out for the final time is to be empty. There's no reason to learn this stuff if you don't pass it on. I feel, a lot of people use the to whom much is given, much is required, analogy, and it's cheapened because it's usually about something material. What my responsibility, I feel, is to pass on the principles of journalistic integrity, critical thinking, and the ability to tell a great story and keep people interested, as well as giving tidbits on the methodology for journalists so that the next journalists can know what they're doing and they're not Fox News. They're not sued because they're doing misinformation or they haven't dug up all the details. The one thing that we really pride ourselves on at the Hype Magazine, if we don't cover beef, we don't cover drama, but if we write something that has a legal background, we get the information we do the same due diligence as what they used to call tier 1. We're tier 1 now. We do the same due diligence on those stories and have all the same receipts before we publish. So therefore, our journalistic integrity is never impugned because we don't put our take on it.
Yeah, facts.
It's facts. If we
Facts.
do an interview with you, there's no transmortification of that. It's what you said, bro. And here's the video to back up the editorial. So this is what differentiates the Hype magazine and our team when we do features and major stuff. So that's how you teach the next level and you pass these skills on. And, we have a also proprietary journalism program under the Hype magazine. I won't tell the name of it. It's the syllabus and the actual course are written, and we have tacit agreement from a university to put it in play.
Oh wow.
So but everything happens in step, stages, and degrees, and we don't push it. So that's my goal. How did I learn it? I sat in the freaking classes. I was interested. And, where other people are into gossip, I'm more into data and how to translate that data into digestible parts.
Yeah.
And, in the academic world, I'm excelling there because of that, and the Hype magazine is part of that legacy because the data is pulled from our activities.
Yeah, it's your life experiences that you're writing about.
Yeah. So that was one reason why they actually classified my research as methodology.
Yeah.
Because it's actually proven in the lab, as opposed to theory, which is a discussion of what you feel.
Yeah, theory is you talking about what you can do, and
Right.
what you're doing is telling you what I did. This isn't, I think this is how this is happening. No, you do this step. I know this leads to that next. With not to get too political, of course, but now that we're in the environment we're in where there's so much fake news, do you feel kind of empowered to get Hype magazine to get back out there and tell the truth more? Like, do we feel like we need to have that voice and be the ones that tell the truth, or is it kind of out of our hands now where stuff is, you think?
No. See, we've always had the power, and we did it for some key items that got us banned from like the prison systems. We were that like factual, that cold with it.
Yep.
Feel me? And we used to get letters from inside because we handle our business.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So yes, it is more important now as we get ready and prepared to go into this next experience politically that we do step forward. And that's why it's important that you see me. All I talk about is the storytelling, mostly, on my social media. I provide those tidbits of reminders. This is how it has to go. This is how you keep people. So, that's my way of teaching for free.
Yeah.
And also continue to establish myself. It's SEO for me as a subject matter expert. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get that $20,000-$30,000 per engagement, speaking engagements. You feel me?
There you go. Yeah. Well, you should, doctor. You've got all the accolades, former military, doctor, president award, helped create the Hype magazine to become this cultural. One thing I want to highlight for the Hype that I don't think people understand, it's not the magazine so much. It's the involvement in communities. Like when the compound was going on in Atlanta, you guys gave a lot of up and coming artists an opportunity that nobody gave a chance to. I know here in Indianapolis, where I'm from, the Hype has put on events where no artist would ever get a chance and opportunity. So I want to highlight that too. Like, the magazine is amazing. All the write-ups are dope, but the opportunities you and Jay have presented people to change their lives, I think, is what you guys don't get the true response for or respect for.
Well, I appreciate it. And in continuing that vein, she, I think she got Soulja Boy his first paid appearance in Indiana, and then Twista or Mike Jones or some, all the way to the Bay, Yuck Mouth, being on the cover of the Hype magazine. And so, keeping in that vein, we just returned from Austin, Texas, as the presenting media partner for the YAR Music Festival, which is the Young Asians Represent Music Festival, and put on by 1214 Entertainment. It was the first ever Asian music festival in the state of Texas, ever. And so we got an opportunity to make history again.
Yeah.
This time within the Asian community, and we had just done a cover for a Filipino a P-pop group, and that got us invited because we are international, and we do reach we hit the corners like hip hop hit the corners. You know what I mean?
The first interview you gave me, this is when I knew I really was doing the right thing, is when you hit me with the Red Bull opportunity. It's like the hype is so international that we get all these major. I want to highlight one other thing before we get out. You got a newsletter now. So where can people go to sign up for your newsletter? And, what's some of the information they can expect if they sign up for you?
Well, for the Hype Magazine, you can subscribe. Just go to thehypemagazine.com and subscribe. Make sure you also connect with us across social media. We're at The Hype Magazine across everything. TikTok, X, aka Twitter, Instagram. We're there. But you can subscribe for my personal newsletter. If you're a journalist and you're looking for SEO stuff, just go to jerrydoby.com and you can sign up for the newsletter, or you don't have to. I get into it, and it's really based for journalists. But we want to have all the fun, hear the conversations, look at the rhyme reports, check out the SBR Talk Series highlights and stuff like that. Go to thehypemagazine.com. That's our home base for everything. You know what I mean? You wonder who does the design? It is Jay, our founder and CEO, and find her at I'mJustJay.com if you need covers and consultation and marketing. We're more than just a magazine.
Yep.
We are a community building resource.
Thanks.
And we always want to have an opportunity to engage with other forward moving and around the corner thinking entities such as yourself, SBR Talk Series, T-Rex with DJ Dance Party, and the other people that we also associate with. So I would say thank you for the opportunity. I'm really grateful, and I appreciate you guys coming and putting the energy that you do to put out a stellar product.
I gotta thank Sincere, of course, because she's the one that lines up all these amazing guests we have. That's how we get all these A-lists. But for you, I gotta ask this question: as the editor-in-chief of Hype Magazine, if somebody else wants to be a part of the team or want to write for you, what do you look for? Like, what can somebody do to grab your attention, and how is the best way for them to reach out to you to present their opportunity?
Okay, so cover letter, personally. Addressed. My email is Jerry, Jerry, Doby, Doby, at thehypemagazine.com. You should have, if your stuff is in digital, you should have clips, links to your clips, your writing clips, your headshot, bio. You don't have to have a full resume, but you should have some sort of journalism background. And I do read everything, and I'm accepted no one this year.
I mean, when you're the best, like I've talked to Jay about that too. She kind of the same way. You guys worked so hard to build what you have that, and you took so many chances that it's hard to help other people who won't even go across the street themselves. Like they think an email is all it takes. No, you got to send me 30 emails, and every email has to, like you said, hey MFer, why aren't you picking up this phone? Like you got to show you really want this stuff. And that's how you can separate yourself. But once you show you really want it, the Hype Magazine's all for those chances. I think
once you prove yourself and you've earned your stripes. I mean, look, Jay's got millions of dollars into this over 23 years. We're going into our Jordan year next year.
Yeah, facts.
And so, me having had my life saved by her, I'm not letting just any piece of shit. Get on here with some chat GPT fucking articles, bro. You know what I mean? No, you're going to fucking be a writer. You're going to have heart. You're going to understand basic English rules. And you're going to have some great cognitive skills. or you get the fuck away from the Hype magazine, bro.
Facts.
I am that asshole that everybody hates. And it's only because everybody else that we have cares.
Yep.
They study. They elevate.
Yep.
Not only the brand, but themselves.
Yep.
If you didn't have the brand, the same work that you're putting in for yourself now would elevate you anyway.
Yeah.
You know,
I think that's the thing is none of us are looking for any self benefits. We're all looking to help other people. Like we're a selfless organization. The Hype magazine, Jay's done all this stuff for all these people around the world, but she never says, well, what about me? You've done the same thing. We're not out here trying to get rich or famous off of what we're doing. We're trying to help people tell their stories and let them live their dreams. So I think that's why we are who we are. And so you can't come into this fold if you got any arrogance, any greediness. Like you can want money and all that, of course, but you got to have a common want to help. I think
love for the craft.
Yeah,
you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be the best rapper, but if you have love for the craft and spend the time, you know, for us, it's in front of the computer in English classes or employing tools and resources that'll help you be a better writer. Practice the craft, respect the craft, just as anybody. You know, you're in broadcast radio as well. You're on air personality. You know, people that you bring under you and mentor, they have to respect the craft. Otherwise, you're feeling you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
So that is why we're so difficult. Not only the investment in time, money, and really picking through. You know, we feel we have the cream of the crop in the SBR Talk Series. You know what I mean? And with T-Rex and we feel we have the cream of the crop.
Yeah. Well, something real exciting for us then is the Hype in the Streets. Me, T-Rex, and DJ Gracie Gray coming together now. So you've got another show, Monday's SBR Talk Series. Thursday, you're going to have Hype in the Streets with dance party included in it. Of course, we're going to keep doing all the live and location stuff. Before we get out of here, what are you excited about? You said it's the 23 year for the Hype. So what are you anticipating for next year? I know we can't tell any secrets. So Jay will get on us tomorrow, but anything we can let the fans know to be on the lookout for, or why they should be excited about the 23 year for us?
This will be a poster year. If you collect Jordans and you know the poster I'm talking about, this is going to be one of those. We'll expand our coverage into as embedded media for some music festivals. We've already been invited back for the 2025 Yard Music Festival as the presenting media partner.
Yeah.
This year, I went out to teach mock editorial interviews at the Avant Media Institute this past June in partnership with a 501c3 called not Avant, but Track Society, which is an amazing nonprofit organization that I sit on the board of, where we're just following the history and the ethos of hype by giving opportunities to young up-and-comers. We'll be returning again to do that in 2025 as part of Track Society, and maybe a bigger role. But yeah, and then of course we have Jay has developed an IYL, which is called Ignite Your Life program that is powered by the Hype magazine, and it's a financial literacy and project development group that everybody can't get in. You have to show and prove to get into the group, but it's an amazing opportunity. So we have some benchmarks that will be rolling out full force next year, including the IYL University, and it's going to be fun. So I can just say is stay tuned.
And then last question for you, outside of doing all this dope stuff you're doing for the Hype, if you got downtime to yourself, what do you like to do for fun if you're not writing articles or creating all this dope content?
I watch football.
Okay.
I think I still have that post pinned that says, if it's game day, don't waste your energy reaching out. And this includes pre and post season. Leave me the fuck alone on Sunday, Monday, Thursday. And depending on who's playing, if it's Texas Tech on Saturday, don't buy.
Who's your team? Are you NFL or NCAA?
Rams, bro.
Okay.
Come
Yeah.
on now. The Rams all day. And then for the NCAA, I'm not a basketball fan, but I'm a Trojans fan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Cali, okay.
And Texas Tech. You know what I mean? I like them. And who knows?
Are you thinking that Beyonce is gonna break Netflix on Christmas Day when they do this game and she's the halftime show? Do you think she'll end up breaking the internet?
On what?
Okay, so Christmas
College
Day.
game day?
Yeah, no, NFL, Christmas Day, NFL. The NFL is competing with the NBA, and the halftime show is Beyonce on Netflix.
Well, I'm not good at statistics.
Okay.
But I believe, the NBA may have more female watchers.
Yep.
Than the NFL. So, the NFL may be fighting a losing battle, even though it's Beyonce.
Yeah.
If they win, it's only because the Beehive decides to tune in just for the halftime. And a lot of them may not even know when halftime hits or how to access it. So there'll be a huge community conversation, say, tune in on this. Yeah. I dare not pick a side.
Yeah, don't want to be on the wrong side of the Beehive. But like I said, we went a little bit over tonight, man. I'm just so honored to have this conversation. You are a legend in your own right for everything you've done. You've helped so many people. So I appreciate tonight, and I hope you have a great night, fam.
Thank you. Appreciate the opportunity. I'm really grateful for everything that you do.
Salute.
Salute.